now.
Recovery doesn't start tomorrow.
Calling all angels.
Recovery starts right now. And here to help is Rated R for Recovery.
Calling all you angels now. Calling all angels now. Calling all you angels.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Rated R, the number 4 recovery.com. That's our website, ratedr4recovery.com. So you can go to our website and you can see all our sponsors and you can see the past shows. Like if you had yourself were on one of our shows like a month ago, you can go to YouTube, you can go to Spotify Music, you can go to Pandora, you can go to Apple Music. And of course, we have our own YouTube channel that we'd all like you. If you haven't done it, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not done this yet, take your cell phone out as we speak. Go to Rated R for Recovery. Look at all the people doing it.
I just did it the other day.
Yeah, we won't be. Anyway, and go to Rated R for Recovery on YouTube, then hit the like and the subscribe. We'd appreciate it. As many more viewers as we can get. The purpose of this now is to carry a message of hope. So that's the more viewers we can get, the better off we are. I'm an addict and alcoholic. My name's John.
Hey, John.
Hi, John.
I'm the host of the show. I'm a co-host of the show along with my co-host.
Oh, I used to say I'm just a nice girl who could never say no. And my name is Joy. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Joy.
Joy, you're in rare form tonight. You are.
I know.
You are.
I'm in a mood. I'm sorry.
She's living up her name. She's full of joy today. Joy, tell the audience and the people listening at home what we are, please.
Thought you'd never ask. Rated R for Recovery is a recovery-based, faith-driven program bringing hope, healing, and restoration to individuals and families impacted by addiction. Through interviews, sharing information, and entertainment, we strive to be a catalyst for change for all who wish to recover.
Very nice.
It is.
So we have a lot of sponsors. They're all on our website. Real quick, JCI Solutions, painting contractors. Now, these people will only sponsor our show if you call them. That's what they told me. So if you need painting job done, Mike is a commercial and residential painter. JCI Solutions. Are you in trouble? Do you need a criminal defense attorney? Well, Brian L. Edwards is one of our sponsors of the show. If you get in jail and you need to be bailed out, check out Shamrock Bail Bonds. All right. Phoenix House, Celebrate Recovery. Next step, White Sands, and our partner in crime, Kimmies Recovery Zone.
That's right.
Very nice. So
We had a most excellent day with Kimmies Recovery Zone on Saturday at Party in the Park.
Thanks for bringing that up. We had like 150,000 viewers, I think. Maybe not.
No,
maybe not.
really.
Maybe not. I tend to exaggerate.
But there were over 20 vendors there.
We did our first remote broadcast, and we heard from a wonderful speaker. The keynote speaker was Senator Rushan. Is that how you say his name?
Rusan.
People are yelling back at me, but I can't hear them.
Rusan. John.
Senator Rusan, who was a crackhead from way back.
He was amazing.
And he was.
He
when
is
I
amazing.
say that, I say that with all love in my heart, that he overcame his addiction and became a state senator. That's amazing stuff.
Yeah.
That's amazing stuff. This is also September is National Recovery Month.
Is it?
Isn't it?
Recovery Month?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it is. What am I saying yes for? It is. So, and if you can go and make some
Trust
donations
issues.
to different agencies around the local area, including Kimmy's Recovery Zone, that'd be great. We have T-shirts for sale. I think Devron's back there someplace, or he usually is. Want to say thank you to Sharon, who's in the booth, and our executive producer, Mark Santora. So give those people a round of our applause.
Thank you, Mark.
Let's also welcome our guest, Lisa, to the show. So we're going to talk to Lisa a little bit about what it was like, Lisa. We'll start there. Like, where are you from?
I'm from Connecticut.
What town?
I grew up in Mystic.
Mystic.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, there's a bridge in Boston called the Mystic River Bridge.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a movie called
There was a
Mr.
movie, there was a book, yeah.
There's a
Great
beautiful
movie.
song called Into the Mystic.
Everybody had a Boston accent too in that
Yes,
movie.
they did.
Anyway, so I squirrel out a lot. So, excuse me.
It's okay.
Go ahead. So what was life like in Mystic, Connecticut?
So life was good. So I was a good kid. I didn't really struggle with my addiction until later in life. So I had a good life. I was raised by my father. He raised me and my brother. When I turned 21, I moved to Boston, and that's when I started dabbling in drugs and alcohol.
Really? So you
It
weren't
was later.
in high school? You weren't
No.
drinking with the girls on the cheerleading team or
I
the
wasn't.
football team or the
No.
no, and no
I
smoking
wasn't.
weed behind school?
No, but I seem to have been born this way, so it came out, and it came out.
Joy?
I envy people who started late because at least you got a little leg up on a little bit of maturity.
Right. So it progressed really quick for me. Something so simple as getting my wisdom teeth pulled is what immediately put me in opiate addiction. So I was addicted to pills, and I maintained that for years as it progressed to Oxycontin, multiple times a day, 80 milligrams, multiple times a day.
How were you getting the pills?
So I worked, like I had a job, I was bartending at a sports bar behind Fenway Park in Kenmore Square in Boston.
Fenway Park.
Yeah.
But still.
Right, Jeffrey?
I had a job, and I could afford it.
But you
And-
found people to write
Yeah.
your scripts for it.
Yeah, I was buying them on the street. Like I
Oh.
sought places where I would get what I need, and I did.
Okay.
So, like fast forwarding, I maintained that for a few years, and then I met somebody that had this really great idea to move to Florida and doctor shop, and I was like, okay, let me go with you, and that's what I did, and that's how I ended up here in 2010. So I left the life that I was living. I owned a condo. I find out later that my dad had to go to Boston, and he moved everything out of my condo and brought it to his house because a little later on you'll see that I pretty much went missing. So
What happened to the condo? It had to have been pretty pricey if you owned a
yeah,
condo
it
in
was,
Boston.
It was a big loss, but I wasn't around for those years, and,
Okay.
and my dad cleaned up that mess for me. So I'm in Florida, and I'm with this guy, and we are doctor shopping and blues. I didn't really know what they were up north, but I learned what they were down here. Anyway, I ended up catching a robbery charge, and
How's that?
So something happened, and we got in trouble.
What happened?
A robbery. We just
That's
got in
enough,
trouble.
John.
I don't really want to get into that, but it was a felony charge. There was a weapon involved, and I found myself in trouble, and so I couldn't go back to Boston. I ended up in the Lee County Jail. I bonded out, and I'm here. I was on vacation, pretty much, and
on
I got
probation.
stuck. I got stuck,
Come
and I
back on
couldn't go
violation.
home, and that's why my dad had to move me out of my condo. So this is what happened, right? After that charge is when everything spiraled out of control for me. So I
Were you put on probation for that charge?
Eventually later, yes.
Okay.
So in this moment, when I was in Florida, at this point by myself, like I was not with the person I came here with, and I was alone, and I sought the drugs I was looking for, and I got lost in Pine Manor for about 2 years. So my addiction progressed to heroin, and then I started using the needle and shooting cocaine and heroin together is what I chased for 2 years.
How old were you?
I was about 32.
Okay.
About 32.
It's easy to get lost in Pine Manor. For those of you watching at home or for those of you sitting in the studio audience, it's a neighborhood that at one time was considered one of the worst neighborhoods in the United States. In the top 5
Really?
Worst neighborhoods in the United States. I don't know what it ranks now, but it's drug infested or was, and it would be easy if I'm using to go into Pine Manor and just not come out.
Yeah,
I
so
lived there.
that's what happened to me.
It's where you found your car that time.
Well, yeah, and I lived
okay,
there for a
very
time.
good. Okay, yeah, all right.
So during these times, these are the darkest places that I have been. Like Bill writes about the loneliness that few know in the book, and that was this for me. My addiction brought me to some very dangerous places, and I turned to the sex industry to support my habit. Like it started one way, and then I was a street walking prostitute.
Yeah.
Like that.
I would have been, but I didn't have the self-esteem to think that anybody would pay for it.
You know, it didn't matter. I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna die, and I was okay with it. Like, I've never dealt with a suicide spirit, but I did one time load a gun and want to die. I have been kidnapped and held hostage by 7 men. I have been hit with a bullet. I've been stabbed in my leg. I have a broken needle tip somewhere in this arm that, like, I used to be able to feel it. Just so many bad things. I wouldn't even call myself hopeless. I was just without hope. There was no hope. I didn't know there was a way out. But 2 years, okay, so this is one thing that I remember. I remember one morning I was walking down the street, and the sun was just starting to come up, and there were all these boxes and packages on the end of people's driveways and wrapping paper. Oh. And I said to myself, oh my God, it's Christmas morning. I had no idea how much time had gone by. And this is when my family in Connecticut would call me missing. This is when I know now that when I was missing, how much my father was affected. He was physically sick because he did not know where I was. He did not know if I was dead or alive. But when I'm in this dark place, when I'm in the fire, I don't think of that. But like working my 12 steps shows me these things today. So 2 years goes by, the robbery charge caught up with me, and I had a warrant. You know, I know that was God reaching out to save me because, you know, I went to jail and I sat there for a few months, and I got sentenced to Salvation Army for 6 months in 2012, and I willingly did it, but I wasn't really expecting myself to change. I didn't really want to. I wasn't really willing, and I didn't know there was an answer. I didn't know there was a solution.
This is, well, you said the hopelessness of how I felt, or how we felt, or how any of us have felt. Don't forget, when you talk about how the book, what Bill Wilson says, it also says in the front of the book, it's a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. That means it's up here.
Right.
That you didn't know. You're talking about how, see, I don't have a drinking problem, I got a thinking problem.
Right.
So you're talking now about how you don't know that we don't know anything. So we don't know.
I didn't know. I didn't, you know, I remember when I was in Salvation Army, I went to my very first AA meeting, and I remember sitting in the circle, and I remember looking around at all the people, and I was like, God, really? Is everybody just like me? I never would think that somebody suffered from the same thing that I never could see a way out of. It was like I felt so stuck. And
had you reconnected with your dad by this time?
By this time, yes.
Yeah. So that must have been.
And you know, and this is like where my faith grew, because when I was sitting in the county jail for 3 months, I prayed for him, and I prayed for like my very first time, and I prayed that he was, you know, healthy, and he didn't know where I was, even in Florida, but you know, like 2 months went by and I got a postcard from him. Oh. And this is before smartphones was a thing, so he couldn't just like look me up, and I don't know, you know, he found me. He was led to me, and that's like where my faith started growing, and I started believing.
That's a God shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so so now were you communicating with him from that point on, which is good then?
Yep, from
because
that point.
One of the biggest devastations, if not the biggest devastation, I probably say it a lot, and I can't say it enough, is that I hurt the people I love and that love me.
Right.
And I don't have to do that today. So go ahead. Now you're in Salvation Army.
Yep. So I go to my first meeting, and I complete Salvation Army in the 6 months, and I was going to meetings here at Grace Church, and I I completed Salvation Army, and I was still going to 12-step meetings and not working 12 steps. I would go to meetings, and I managed to put 2 years clean together. Not sure how, but I did, and I started rebuilding a life for myself. However, it was empty. It was empty. I still didn't really know God, and I didn't know what I was being told. I wasn't listening to the suggestions of what to do and how to live in victory and walk in victory like I do today.
Amen.
Because where I am now in my recovery is not where I had no recovery then. I just, by self-will, which didn't last. It didn't last because I always went back.
The program of Cocaine Anonymous has what they call a 12-step companion guide, which is available through their general service office. In there it says we have a new definition of insanity, and they say a new definition for them is sitting in a 12-step meeting and not working the 12 steps,
Right.
like you just said.
And I did that,
So
I did that.
That's and I have too.
Well,
Right.
and don't drink and go to meetings, or don't use and go to meetings.
Right.
It does mean something. It just doesn't mean everything. It just, it's not. My sponsor used to say, why content yourself with crumbs when there's a whole cake, to be had? And crumbs will not suffice for us, and then we'll go away.
Right.
And it's surprising what will happen when we actually open the book and read it with a sponsor. I liken it, and I hope I haven't said this before, because I do have a tendency to repeat myself. And yes, and so I taught the story about going in high school. I went to Algebra 1 for 4 years. Have I told this story?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Well, anyway, so I failed for the year in my freshman year, my sophomore year, and my junior year. My senior year, I brought my textbook to class. I opened it up and asked the teacher to walk me through the lessons, and I passed.
Wow.
And it's the same thing with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my medicine. All right. Thank you very much. Good night. All right. So
We're outta
so
here.
now you go ahead. It's your story. Go. You're in 12-step meetings. You're not working the 12-step.
Right.
What happens?
Right. So, and I'm still dealing with the obsession of using and drinking, and I had reservations, and I was on probation. So that was probably the main reason I didn't do anything, because I didn't want to get in trouble again. And so that's what got me through that time. And so what happens next is I met the man that I married, and we had our daughter. He was a youth pastor, and so he very easily influenced me away from recovery. He was like, I'm going this way, and you're going this way, and you need to go this way with me, because this is the answer, when really the whole time this was the answer, but I followed. I was very double-minded, and a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And that was me.
Will you say that one more time?
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
So what happens?
So what happened? So we have our daughter. We start a business that's very successful. We buy a house. We buy properties. We buy a fleet of vehicles for our tree company. But we relapse our first year in our relationship and in our marriage. And for the last 10 years of my life, I've been in this cycle of, now I'm a crackhead, and I'm still doing heroin, and I'm drinking all day, all the time, and I'm a mother, and
So the
a
pastor
business owner.
the pastor had drug issues when you met him.
Yeah,
Okay. Did you know that?
I knew that.
Okay, but he said, "Here, I've got the light. I'm the youth
right.
pastor. Let's fall." Okay, go
Right.
ahead. I just want to get.
He relapsed on our daughter's first birthday, and I didn't for a week, and then the next weekend I found myself smoking crack, and that is where, my addiction progresses. Like, I never went back to the needle, but now I'm in this other darkness, this other dark place. But the thing is it went on for 10 years. I'm on this side of it now, and I can see that I was in a cycle. I can see I was running around the same mountain. I can see that we influenced each other, because two become one, and it was like double damage, double loss.
You're talking about you and your husband?
Yes.
Okay.
The biggest mistake I've ever made was using with him. So, we had my son in 2017. My son was addicted to heroin when he was born, and it was bad.
Did they take
And
him?
this is the thing, like we have this successful company, and the money is what kept us in bondage. The money, it just kept coming in. So I'm not like I was, before I met him, where I would have to walk the street to support my habit. I was supporting my own habit, and
paying the bills
and paying the bills and paying employees, and so
it's been a lot of money.
A lot of money, and this is what happened, right? We met some big boys, and the last relapse, that was in 2020. We jumped into this big investigation. It was, I don't want to say too much, but because I don't want to say too much because it's still an open case. But
That's okay.
Regardless,
those big boys probably found you. They know that you had, I've been in that situation before where all of a sudden it becomes a red flag that this couple is spending a lot of money on dope. And they've got a lot of money. They've got businesses, they've got cars. And so those big boys actually found you, most likely.
Possibly, and because next thing I know, our door got kicked in at 4:30 in the morning, along with 41 other doors. It was a big operation, it almost went fed. So how that ended, it ended for me because it ended with prison, and some people are still fighting the case right now, and they're fighting life sentences, but everyone's in prison that's been on this case. 41 people. I'm the second one that's been to prison and been released, and it changed my life. So this is what happens, right? I'm in prison, and I was using Suboxone, because I had been on Suboxone on and off for the last 10 years. Like my sobriety date is June 3rd, 2023, because when I was in prison, halfway through my sentence, I said, I cannot do this anymore. I found this exact book that I'm holding in my sentence, and this is God showing me, like, what I can't do for myself. Like, this is what I need. He was showing me what to do next. I detoxed myself from the Suboxone.
Really?
In the middle of summer, no air conditioning. It was like one of the hardest things I've done, but I was willing this time. And so when I got released from prison in 2024, I took a Greyhound from Ocala to the Edison Mall, and I called a cab, right? Because I don't know what Uber or Lyft is, because I did a 3-year sentence, right? I barely remembered how to use a phone. So I had a cab meet me at the mall on a Monday night and bring me straight here. And I went to the Monday night meeting in that hall with a suitcase. I had a suitcase. I dragged a suitcase in, and I sat in the back of that meeting. And that's the very first thing I did when I got out of prison, because I remembered when I was here the first time, when I didn't get it. But I know I heard things. I knew what I needed. And so I sat in that meeting that night, and I listened, and I just knew that's where I'm supposed to be, and recovery is the answer. This is the answer.
Amen.
The 12 steps are the answer. This is what's going to save me. This is everything against what I've been taught. But this is it.
At the time of your arrest, and not to focus on anything,
That's okay.
but just to ask a question, were all your assets seized at the time?
So I still have 6 frozen bank accounts right now.
Really?
So it was very, very high profile. It was the sheriff's very first operation bust in 2020. And they froze our accounts, and my bond was $250,000. And so my charge is conspiracy to traffic fentanyl, and I didn't get caught with drugs, right? I went to prison for making a phone call on an illegally tapped two-way device, is why I went to prison. So,
how about your houses and your
equipment,
equipment?
So everything we still have, like we put up everything for our bonds, because the man I married got 2 traffickings, and he got 5 years, I got 3, and he's still serving his sentence.
Right.
And we had to put up everything. We put up everything. We put up the deed to the house, but we didn't lose it. I actually live there now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
do.
This is what we see as a God of restoration.
Yes.
And certain things happen that.
Can I ask about the children?
So my children are very much involved in my life. They're with me on the weekends right now. It's been when I got home, I knew I wanted to take things slow. I knew I needed, in order for me to be a mother, I had to make sure that I was right, like spiritually, emotionally strong, have a plan. I knew I didn't want to live in my house when I first got out of prison, so that's where I went to Pastor Jeannie's program.
Okay.
I completed a year of discipleship with her.
What is that?
And did recovery.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
Pastor
it's
Jeannie,
not
it's
like
called-
it's called One Way Out Ministries. So it's not a halfway house. We call it a safe house, and it was a safe covering for me when I came home, and I made a 1-year commitment with her, and the deal was she said, I've never had a girl that's had her own house. She said, so I want you to stay with me 6 months, and then I want you to move into your house, and that's what I
Very
did.
nice. Okay.
That's what I did.
Very good. Okay. So what's life like today for you?
So my children, right? So
yes,
the state,
most important part.
the state is ready to give me my children back full time, and thank you, thank you, thank you. I just actually got a message yesterday, and they want to make it happen a month sooner than we planned, and so you know. They're young. Like my daughter's 11, my son's 7, and I think of my 9 step and my amends, right? They know a lot, and I know that when they're older, like I want to be very transparent and very vulnerable, and I really want them to know, but I'm very careful about the things I say right now. So with them, I have like a living amends, which means that when I do what I say I'm going to do, they trust me, they know they can count on me. You know, our time together is so special. My son was a baby when I went to prison, and you know, now he speaks, and he has a personality, and he's so cool, and he talks and talks and talks, and I love getting to know them.
Right.
You know, and the one thing that really, I don't want there to be damage, and there probably is, and I don't want there to be roots of damage from us and me not being in their life. So God is a God of restoration and new beginnings, and I know that you can't do old and have new. So I'm not going to do anything that I used to do now, because this is a new walk for me.
How do you give back to other women now?
Okay, so I sponsor women, and that's my desire. My absolute heart's desire is to work with a woman and take her through the 12 steps and take her through properly and follow the very precise instructions on how to do it, and that's how I want to help women.
Very good. So if you had to look in that camera, which you really can't see, but it's up there right underneath.
I can't see
it.
it.
Well,
It's up there
and neither
somewhere.
can I, but there's a camera there.
Okay.
Anyway, and you looked right in that camera, and to send a message of hope to another woman that might be struggling right now, or somebody right here, what would you say?
Okay, so I would say that you're not the only one that's there, that there's been other women that have gone through what you've gone through, and that there's other women that will reach out and will help you. You just have to be in the right place to find the right person, and you know, there's a plan for your life, and there's a purpose for your life, and it may not be where you are now, but you will. I just pray that people will get through and like get to this other side. There's another side to it, and things will change.
Very good. Give Lisa a big round of applause. So when we come back, Lisa, that was an awesome job. We can't wait to have you back sometime in the future.
Thank you.
And talk more about recovery. And we're going to take a short commercial break. And when we come back, it's time for, yes, you guessed it, Kimmy's Corner. We'll be back right after this.
Struggling with life's challenges? At The Next Step, we're here to guide you to a brighter tomorrow. Whether it's counseling, recovery support, or simply finding hope, we provide the tools and community to help you rise. Take the first step toward healing today. Visit thenextstep.org and discover how we can support your journey to wellness. Remember, every step forward is a step toward a better you. The Next Step, your path to hope, starts here. With offices in Fort Myers and Naples, 844-639-8371.
Have you been charged with a crime? You could face serious penalties for conviction, and it is vitally important that you have skilled legal assistance on your side during this time. Call Brian L. Edwards, Esquire, attorney at law today. 888-512-6254. Results matter. With a track record of success, our methods are tried and true. Mistakes happen, but we can help. Brian L. Edwards, Esquire, attorney at law. Visit FortMyersCriminalLawFirm.com or call 888-512-6254.
Feeling trapped in addiction? White Sands Treatment Center offers more than just detox. We build lasting recovery. With 3 inpatient and 18 outpatient locations located throughout Florida, we offer services from medically supervised detox to inpatient, outpatient, and sober living programs. Our services include individual therapy, family therapy, life skills, and small group sizes. Our amenities include yoga and massage therapy with recreational activities, including gyms, pools, and spa. Newsweek has named White Sands one of America's best addiction treatment centers 5 years in a row. You deserve quality care in a safe, supportive setting. Call White Sands Helpline at 833-423-2338 or visit whitesandstreatment.com and start your recovery journey today.
Not everyone has the luck of the Irish. If a friend or family member is in trouble, call Shamrock Bell Bonds. Put our number into your phone, 239-332-2245, 239-332-2245, or go online at gobailmeout.com. Shamrock Bell Bonds provides fast, reliable service. Shamrock Bell Bonds, 1528 Broadway, downtown Fort Myers. Look for the Shamrock, and maybe luck will be on your side.
Hello, I'm Michael Manzi, owner of JCI Solutions, 239-672-2673. When starting this company 3 years ago, I had no clue that we would grow to what we have become. There is one thing I can say that we have done from the beginning is take pride in our work, making sure every customer we do work for is satisfied from beginning to end. Offering residential painting all the way to commercial painting with jobs done in a timely manner, with highly skilled professionals giving you top-of-the-line work. To help you create your new look, call JCI Solutions, 239-672-2673.
Struggling with addiction? You're not alone. At Phoenix House Project, we believe in second chances and brighter tomorrows. Our proven programs offer support, hope, and tools to rebuild your life. With expert care and a community that understands, transformation starts here. It's time to rise, reclaim your life, and become the best version of yourself. Visit phoenixhouseproject.squarespace.com today or call 239-244-7876. The journey to recovery begins with sober living. Phoenix House Project, where hope takes flight.
Kimmies Recovery Zone, where hope meets action. We're here to guide the journey from treatment to thriving, healthy living. With peer support, public education, and vital resources like housing, employment, and Narcan training, we're building stronger communities. Ready to make an impact? Together, we're creating a network of recovery, resilience, and renewed lives. Kimmies Recovery Zone, your hub for healing and hope. Visit us online today at kimmiesrecoveryzone.org. It's not how we survive, it's how we thrive.
When children have to play inside so they don't disappear.
Welcome back to Rated R for Recovery.
Calling all angels.
I think they want you
Welcome
off the
back,
stage.
ladies and gentlemen, to Rated R for Recovery. Once again, you can hear all our shows on YouTube. We have our own YouTube channel, Give Me My Coffee. And we also can hear us on Apple Music, Pandora Music, the Podcast Playground, and all other streaming devices. If you go onto YouTube, please like us and subscribe. And thank all of our sponsors for helping us sponsor the show. Next week's show, Joy, next week we got a very unique show next week, as we have a 11-year-old girl coming on the show and talking about her mother's addiction.
Wow.
And how it affected her. And her mom will be here, and that will be Emily and her mom Lisa next week on the show. On Kimmy's Corner, who is on? Stacy Cook from the Cook.
It's
very good.
Salus
The
Care.
CEO of Salus Care.
Salus Care.
Salus Care.
Thank you.
All right. Gage, are you here? Did he hear that? No? He's not here. Okay. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you, we partner this show. This is Radar Off Recovery and Kimmies Recovery Zone, Kimmy's Corner. This segment is called, please welcome the creator of Kimmies Recovery Zone. This is Al Kinkle.
Slide the mic over. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Tonight we have an exciting guest with us tonight, Vicki Bohan, founder of the Living Well Mission, and that's a nonprofit. That's a nonprofit dedicated to providing a financial assistance for mental health therapy to individuals facing financial restraints. And in that, too, we have mental health, but we also have people with addiction, that we'll talk about a little bit through there. Through her leadership, Living Well Mission is helping people overcome barriers to care and access the support that they need to heal, grow, and thrive. And we need services. We have to provide them. Today, I was looking at some numbers, and we have so many people that are in recovery, which is great, so I want you all to be out there helping, but also, too, the fact that so many people are having troubles at this time, and our services are limited, so Vicki would be a great one to give a call to. Correct, Vicki?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, Vicki, could you tell me a little bit about yourself and your role with Living Well Mission? I know it, but they don't, so let's hear you.
Well, I have been in Southwest Florida since 1995. And in 2023, I completed 44 years in education. But the last 10 years, I decided that I would go into mental health care. I felt like that I wanted to spend the rest of my life making a difference in people's lives. So.
I like that. Let's give it a round of applause. Where's John?
So actually, this was my retirement. To be a mental health therapist, to help people in recovery, to help people with depression, anxiety. And the end of 2023, an individual came to me and said, I'd like to give you a little bit of money to help people to get mental health care when they can't afford it. Would you do that and just do it for them for free and just pay yourself? Sure. I said, okay. And when he brought me the check, it was way too big for it to go in my bank account because I like to cruise. But so I said, why don't we start a 501c3 and just help people through a nonprofit? I figured that we would take the $50,000 and we would, that's what it was.
$50,000.
$50,000.
Can you write another check?
That somebody wanted to pour into your community.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted to do. They said, we're tired of seeing a need and nobody really doing anything about it. So would you please go into our community? So we started it. I figured that when the money ran out, we would stop. Our organization is Living Well Mission. It's our goal and our hope that people learn to live well, live whole, live sober, live good lives. But in the course of it, our first month, we funded 11 individuals in March of 2024, in February of 2024. In March of 2024, we funded 17 individual sessions. In April, we funded 37 individual sessions. And at our gala in October, we're going to celebrate over 3,000 sessions that we have been able. And that represents individuals coming with qualified therapists to get help, to talk about their issues. And mental health care is very expensive. And if you don't have insurance or you don't have the funding, you may not get the mental health care that you need. And we are an organization that intends, and my board always gets me, Al, because they tell me I always cry. But when I start talking about it and I feel the passion of helping our community with mental health care, if you can't afford it, you go on our website, you fill out a simple application, and we will get you in to make sure that you get the care that you need. And that's just kind of who I am. I'm a mental health therapist that was a teacher for 44 years, so I understand that side of it. I understand addictions, I understand those things, but that's a little bit of who I am and where we are.
Well, it's a great story, and the gentleman that helped you with that seed money, God bless him, and there's so many people out there like that. You know, us nonprofits can't do it without people like yourselves in the audience here and people that are listening. And I want to personally say a big thank you to that fine young person that gave you that check to get you started, because you're on the go. So living well is teaching us to live good, and we thank you for that. How do you define living well in the context of recovery and wellness? Just kind of interested in the recovery and then mental health we know.
Well, I understand that the 12-step program is critical.
Sure.
I do. I understand that that is a critical element to recovery, so we never discard that. But I also understand that sometimes people just need somebody to talk to. They need a safe place to land. They need someone who doesn't judge them for their past or their present. And so we incorporate that. We encourage our patients that come to us with addictions, and we have a lot of them who are in recovery. We encourage them to get into recovery, Al. We use your Narcan. We pass that out because every time I'm in a meeting with Al, I take a big box of it, you know. But so that's kind of what we do, and we want to make sure that we want to follow up, because they can't be in 12-step all the time, and they need something else oftentimes to come in, and we have tools that maybe 12-step doesn't offer. We have psychology and those things that help people with their thinking. I heard John say that he has a thinking problem.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
And the 12-step literature says,
So do I.
you know, if you need help, get out there and get it. We're not the be-all and end-all of everything.
And there's different pathways, we all know that. You know, there's several ways of looking at what we do, and appreciate the fact that what you do. What's some of the biggest needs in the community that you see it from your end? Of course, you see a lot of people just coming into you and seeking help and beginning to get help. And what's some of the stories that you have about that?
Well, one of the things that we see, and I think it's really important that we understand, is a lot of our issues start very young. They start very young in the schools, and so we offer a lot of help to children, but you would be surprised the children that come to us addicted, the children that come to us whose parents are addicted, and I just had an 8-year-old last week come to us with suicidal thoughts. Wow. And so, you know, we try to catch those kids, but we also try to help. We have a homeless population that will come to us. We just have a plethora. We do everything from couples to women to homeless to men to children to teenagers to addictions. So, I mean, we try to meet everybody's need. You know, anybody in here have a need? Yeah.
How can
You'll
we help?
get called, so I'm sure. But yeah, I think that mentioning children, you know, there's a lot of great organizations that are doing a lot of work with children. And of course, I think the more we're all around it, maybe in our own experience, and I know my own experience, things happen to us as a child and then they're never taken care of, and therefore you're off and running for 20, 30 years of your life, you know, never addressing what really happened when you were young. So I commend not only you, but all the others. Kids Minds Matter, and Valerie's House is doing great things with kids, and you know, we've done 2 years of Kimmy's Kids, but it's important to get them young so that they don't have to go through what some of us went through with had trauma as a young child. So thank you for doing that. Appreciate it. Keep it up, man. Great stuff. How does your organization collaborate with Kimmies Zone now? I know you get some Narcan from us, and we appreciate that. But, you know, someday we pray real hard that we won't need Narcan anymore, and we won't need all the services that we're providing today. But right now we do need it. It's a lifesaver. It's changed the lives, and it's changed the numbers. Overdoses are pretty high, but the death from overdose have been reduced a good percentage-wise. And one of it is stigma, and then also too, but Narcan has a big part in that. And many people come back and confess to us that they appreciate the fact that we gave them the Narcan.
Oh, yeah.
So the collaboration that we do together, besides that great function you're having coming up. What date is that again?
Our gala is on October the 18th at the Westin in Cape Coral, and it is our big fundraiser, but what's going to happen that night is we are going to highlight a lot of our success in this mental health field. We're going to share stories, and we're going to share our passion. And our theme is to light the way and share the hope. And I'm really excited about that. I would love for people to attend that. You can find all the information about our organization on livingwellmission.org. It's that simple, livingwellmission.org. You can find out about our organization there. But how do we collaborate? We're so new. I mean, can you imagine over 3,000 sessions in 18 months?
Yeah.
But we're new. A lot of people don't know who we are. They don't know what we do. And so our collaboration is me getting out and talking to people. And I meet with the veterans. We see a lot of veterans with addictions, you know. So I'm all for collaboration. I'm all for community, because that's why we're here.
Right.
Is to help our community. You know, we see a need, so let's do something about it, you know, so.
Yeah, and I think what you just said sums it all up, because I've been doing this for quite a few years in this area in Fort Myers, probably 20-some years all told, and I've never seen so many people with bigger hearts and bigger souls that want to help, and they want to find out who they can help, and they choose and pick sometimes, but we're all glad that they're seeking people like yourself that can help others. You know, Kimmies Zone, we love the people that come to us. We can't do it all, we know that, and it's the biggest blessing, I think, in this whole community is the fact that we do all work together. And when I first came, it wasn't like that, but today it is. Isn't it great? It's wonderful.
It is amazing.
So,
Unity in the community.
Okay, give everybody hope. So how do you support the families or loved ones of the people in recovery? So when you get somebody to come in and seeking help, do you also get an opportunity to help the families out while you're doing that?
Of course, I sometimes feel like the families are forgotten. I do. I am a product of Al-Anon. I was married to an addict. And I believe in it so much, but Al-Anon saved my life.
Good.
It saved my life. When I was able to understand that I was not in control and that I needed to control me. So what do we do to support families? I do not forget them. I absolutely, if we go into juvenile detention for a child, we reach out to their mom and their dads, and we make sure we get them in too, because not only does that child in juvenile detention or in police custody need help, because we are now certified to go into those places, but I reach out to their moms and their dads, and I make sure that the whole family, that it's a holistic program. And you know, I'm looking here at your notes, Sal, and it says—
Don't look at my
notes. Don't look at your notes.
Looking ahead.
What is holistic care? I love that question, because oftentimes, you know, we feel like that we are so isolated, that we have this compartment and this compartment.
And you just fix this.
And you fix this and everything will be okay. You go to the gym and you get healthy and you're going to be okay. Or you go to church. I loved the testimony. You just go to church and you don't need the 12-step. But the fact of the matter is we are body, soul, and spirit. And And you know, I believe that there are so many things that line up spiritually, Al, that, you know, the Bible says that we haven't been given a spirit of fear, but of power to change, of love, power to love and be loved. A lot of people don't feel loved. They don't feel lovable. And of a sound mind, of a sound mind. So not only do you need the power to change and to go into it, and not only do you need to feel loved and accepted and valued, which is what we want to do, but you also need to have a sound mind, clear thinking, whole thinking.
That is great, number one. So with that, I will tell you this. How can I get a session with you? That's one. But also, too, it is a family disease. We all know that. We know what we've done in our families. We all know that. But please make amends. Please go back to your families. Don't be afraid to call somebody up and go back. It's a very, very important part of the process is doing that. And we love each and every one of us in our families, and something happens and we don't want to forget to go back. Don't be afraid. I give you all the hope in the world, because if you try that, it will work. Please be careful. Take care of yourselves. Thank you.
Great job, Al. So thank you to all our guests tonight. How many of you do not have a raffle ticket?
I don't.
If you do not have a raffle ticket, raise your hand. And there's some people over here that don't have raffle tickets. Why don't you make your way over to the Kimmies table and the Rated R T-shirt table, and we'll get you a raffle ticket. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back from this commercial break, we'll be listening to the most popular requested musician we've had since we've been on the air, and that will be Bill Metz right after this.
Yeah. It was beautiful.
Struggling
Thank you.
with life's
We
challenges?
don't talk about it.
At the Next Step, we're here to guide you to a brighter tomorrow. Whether it's counseling, recovery support, or simply finding hope, we provide the tools and community to help you rise. Take the first step toward healing today. Visit thenextstep.org and discover how we can support your journey to wellness. Remember, every step forward is a step toward a better you. The Next Step, your path to hope, starts here. With offices in Fort Myers and Naples, 844-639-8371.
Have you been charged with a crime? You could face serious penalties for conviction, and it is vitally important that you have skilled legal assistance on your side during this time. Call Brian L. Edwards, Esquire, Attorney at Law today. 888-512-6254. Results matter. With a track record of success, our methods are tried and true. Mistakes happen, but we can help. Brian L. Edwards, Esquire, Attorney at Law. Visit FortMyersCriminalLawFirm.com or call 888-512-6254.
Feeling trapped in addiction? White Sands Treatment Center offers more than just detox. We build lasting recovery. With 3 inpatient and 18 outpatient locations located throughout Florida, we offer services from medically supervised detox to inpatient, outpatient, and sober living programs. Our services include individual therapy, family therapy, life skills, and small group sizes. Our amenities include yoga and massage therapy with recreational activities, including gyms, pools, and spa. Newsweek has named White Sands one of America's best addiction treatment centers 5 years in a row. You deserve quality care in a safe, supportive setting. Call White Sands Helpline at 833-423-2338 or visit whitesandstreatment.com and start your recovery journey today.
Not everyone has the luck of the Irish. If a friend or family member is in trouble, call Shamrock Bell Bonds. Put our number into your phone, 239-332-2245, 239-332-2245, or go online at gobailmeout.com. Shamrock Bell Bonds provides fast, reliable service. Shamrock Bell Bonds, 1528 Broadway, downtown Fort Myers. Look for the Shamrock, and maybe luck will be on your side.
Hello, I'm Michael Manzi, owner of JCI Solutions, 239-672-2673. When starting this company 3 years ago, I had no clue that we would grow to what we have become. There is one thing I can say that we have done from the beginning is take pride in our work, making sure every customer we do work for is satisfied from beginning to end. offering residential painting all the way to commercial painting with jobs done in a timely manner, with highly skilled professionals giving you top-of-the-line work. To help you create your new look, call JCI Solutions, 239-672-2673.
Struggling with addiction? You're not alone. At Phoenix House Project, we believe in second chances and brighter tomorrows. Our proven programs offer support, hope, and tools to rebuild your life. With expert care and a community that understands, transformation starts here. It's time to rise, reclaim your life, and become the best version of yourself. Visit phoenixhouseproject.squarespace.com today or call 239-244-7876. The journey to recovery begins with sober living. Phoenix House Project, where hope takes flight.
Kimmies Recovery Zone, where hope meets action. We're here to guide the journey from treatment to thriving, healthy living. With peer support, public education, and vital resources like housing, employment, and Narcan training, we're building stronger communities. Ready to make an impact? Together, we're creating a network of recovery, resilience, and renewed lives. Kimmies Recovery Zone, your hub for healing and hope. Visit us online today at kimmiesrecoveryzone.org. It's not how we survive, it's how we thrive.
When children have to play inside so they don't disappear.
Welcome back to Rated R for Recovery.
So, I don't know if you were listening as we took a break before, ladies and gentlemen, but first of all, welcome back to the show. We got thousands of fabulous prizes like we do every week that Eileen will be raffling off when we finish the show tonight. That's the advantage of seeing us in our own element here. For those of you watching online or on YouTube, Pandora Music or Pandora, whatever it's called, Apple Music, we're on every streaming thing known to man. The most requested musical guest we've had on this show forever has been this man right here. So he is just a blessing for us. You are, by the way. Thank you. The most requested. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Bill Metz.
All righty. Both of these songs are a product of the Hope by Song program. When it was. It's the first one. What? Okay. The first one, a man came and handed me a napkin with the words, told me he wanted the song to be in a country style. Old country, old Hank. It's a little sad, so brace yourselves. Daddy fell in love with a bottle, and he drank his life away. Daddy fell in love with a bottle, and he drank his life away. My mama left him 'cause she knew that his mistress was cold as ice and would bring us nothing but a life of pain. My daddy couldn't handle his emotions. This is something that I know. Daddy couldn't handle his emotions. This is something that I know. His love for that bottle was stronger than his love for us, and it drowned him in a life of sorrow. Now, Daddy, the tables have turned, and I'm walking in your shoes. I look at those empty bottles, the powder-covered mirror, and Daddy, all I see is you. Oh, now when Mama looks at me, all she can do is cry. Now when mama looks at me, all she can do is cry. Just like with daddy, you see, whenever mama looks at me, it brings a tear of sadness, oh, to her eyes. Daddy fell in love with a bottle, and he drank his life away. Thanks. Thank you. Another one? This one's a little happier. Don't judge me, 'cause you don't know my struggles. I've learned to walk with my head held high, to be just me, not what you want me to be. I have learned to live my life by living and learning from my own mistakes. To worry about me, stop putting others first. I thought about giving up, but that won't do. I know that my God is gonna see me through. I got struggles, only me and God know. I'm holding on to His unchanging hand. I know I have a friend who's gonna see me through. I've got struggles, only me and God know. Sometimes I feel all alone in the world. I sit and wonder what my purpose is here. I have to trust that these troubles won't last forever. Joy comes in the morning, on that my mind is clear. I got struggles, only me and God know. I'm holding on to His unchanging hand. I know I have a friend who's gonna see me through. I've got struggles, only me and God know. I got struggles, only me and God know. I'm holding on to His unchanging hand. I know I have a friend who's gonna see me through. I've got struggles, only me and God know. I've got struggles, only me and God know. Thanks, folks. Thank you. Hold on. If you want me to. Yeah, yeah. It's my favorite spiritual. I hope you like it. I am weak, but thou art strong. Jesus, keep me from all wrong. I will be satisfied as long as I walk, dear Lord, close to Thee. Just a closer walk with Thee, just a closer walk. Granted, Jesus, hear my plea. Daily walking close to Thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Through this world of toils and snares, if I falter, Lord, who cares? Who with me my burden shares? None but Thee, dear Lord, none but Thee. Just a closer walk with Thee. Granted, Jesus, hear my plea. it be, dear Lord, let it be. When my feeble life is o'er, and time for me will be no more, guide me gently, safely o'er to thy kingdom, dear Lord, to thy shore. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus, hear my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Thanks, folks.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable singing and songwriting talent of Bill Metz.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, Bill. Actually, your buddy's going to be on the show next week. Do you know that?
Bruce?
Yeah,
Can I
yeah,
come?
you can.
Okay, good.
Absolutely. Well, you can come anytime you want. Can we unplug his guitar, executive producer? And yes? Very good. All right. Where do you want me to put it? Just. Very good. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. If you're at home, you people in the audience have a great opportunity now to win a bevy full of prizes. I'm going to turn the microphone over to one of our chief financial officers, which we have two of. Joy is one of them, and the other one is from Kimmies Recovery Zone. This is Eileen. Give Eileen a nice round of applause. Come here. Larry's wins every week.
Can you help me? No.